Yes, he did. Yeah. I know.
There's a house opened up on the street.
I'm not jumping on the bandwagon, but I
Jump right in, live in Georgetown,
no.
work from home, wherever you are.
Got an art. You got an art job.
A art job?
An art
An art job?
for my wife. Sitting on kindergarten. She loves kindergarten. Yeah.
Kim works in the
I know she does.
fan canister system now.
No.
Good for her.
Yeah. She got a classroom with an art teacher.
That's awesome, man.
I know.
I'm not gonna sit in. That's fine. I'm sitting right here. I appreciate it. That way it's fine. Appreciate it. Amen. Baseball 2, the sequel, the Collins movie. Supposedly Mel Brooks is assistant producer.
Game 11's first pitch will be next game will be 2:45 p.m. The first pitch.
Thanks, Judy.
Yeah.
Who's the home in this one, Katie?
Florida State.
How are you?
Hi, Lisa. Just some FYI, the next game, Tennessee and Florida State, will begin at 2:45 p.m. The first pitch will be at 2:45 p.m.
No, I'm about to call Jack to see where he's at.
They say he's on his way. We just got that he's on his way. Yeah. Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on the victory. If you could give us a opening statement about today's game.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to congratulate Nick and his team for getting to Omaha for the first time. I know how difficult this process is, and for Nick to be able to do this for the first time in school history, they have a tremendous amount of things that they should be proud of. So I'm just happy for them that they've gotten to this point for the first time, and it's like I said, it's not easy. As far as the game today, our team, obviously we got up to a quick start. I think we scored 7 in the first, and Jack got it going with a single in the right center field, and we strung together a bunch of good at-bats there in the first, and I thought this is the best Pierce has thrown all year long. His stuff looked really crisp. Maybe him not throwing in the supers, giving him a little bit of time off probably helped, but he had the best start he's had all year long. And then obviously the two guys behind him, kept their pitch counts down. So if need be, we would, obviously have them on the card tonight as well. So we're looking forward to the opportunity of playing Texas A&M again. And, we'll get off our feet for a couple hours and be right back at it.
Okay, thanks. We'll open with questions for the student athletes. We'll go over here, and then we'll go there.
Jack Meyer, ESPN Gainesville. 2 questions for Jack. First of all, congrats, record-breaking home run today. Obviously, that's a really big deal. So just after the ball left your bat on that home run, just at what moment did it hit you? Like whether it was on the field, in the dugout, or just if it hasn't yet, just what moment did it hit you that you had just become Florida's all-time home run leader?
Probably in the dugout. Chuck gave me a hug, congratulated me, and Sully and stuff, and all the teammates followed. So it kind of hit me there. It was really cool. In the moment, though, I was just, trying to help my team add more runs to the win.
Absolutely. And then in your last meeting with Kentucky, you mentioned that you were a bit frustrated with some of the so-called mind games that they played in the dugout. So just bearing that in mind, did that add any extra motivation for you today to just bring it harder than ever before, for lack of a better word?
I mean, no extra motivation. They beat us at home in the weekend series, so we knew we had to, kind of get some sort of revenge, I guess. And there's no better opportunity than to do it on this stage. So, all the guys are pretty pumped up about it.
Go here, then we'll go here.
Ben Solomon, Gators Illustrated. Coach always has gone back to the Georgia series, kind of where this run has started. Any other specific moment, game that you kind of realize that this is clicking and this could be a special run?
Probably after we lost that one game in Oklahoma State, we knew, there was no second chances after that. That was probably when everybody kind of bared down and knew what we had to do just to keep our season alive and get us to where we are now.
Brady Pierce, anybody want to answer?
Yeah, I mean, I think after the first game at Georgia that we lost, we just came together and started picking each other up better. One guy followed the other, and someone makes a mistake, the next guy comes in and picks him up. I think that's just what we've been working with, so it's been going good so far.
Yeah, I mean, when we lost our first game to Oklahoma State, and then that following game, our backs were up against the wall again, and we just knew, like Jack said, we had no second chance. So.
Yeah, Kevin Brockway, Gainesville Sun. Pierce being staked to the early lead, 7-1. Pitchers have a different way of handling that. How did you just kind of channel in and continue to, execute your game plan with that? And what was your mindset like when you were up 7-1?
Just throw strikes, get ahead of the counts, and don't fall behind. I mean, once you fall behind, it's easier to hit. So I just kept throwing strikes, and hopefully they didn't hit the ball out of the park a lot. So
Right here.
Nick Marcinko, Gator Country Pierce, career high in innings pitched, strikeouts, and total pitches. What does it mean to you to be able to pitch on this stage and perform the way you did, after your long journey? And what was working for you today?
It means a lot. Cop just told me, what took you so long to get your first win? But, it's been a long journey. But today, my fastball felt good off the hand. I was able to go in and out with it and just be able to drop my slider in whenever I needed to. And it's hard to hit when you got a couple pitches working. So I just kept going with that.
Okay, we'll go here, then we'll go right here.
Andrew Stem, Omaha World Herald. Brody, on that grand slam, what were you looking for anything specific? Pitch coming out of the hand? What was your mindset going through that at bat with the bases loaded?
Going up in that bat, in a big situation right there, you kind of just got to go in and do something for your team, whether that's put the ball in play, draw a walk, or anything there. So I tried to just get a swing off early, and obviously a great thing happened.
Okay. One more question for this. We'll go here and there, and that'd be it.
Yeah, Kevin Brockway, Gainesville Sun. Jack, what was it like hitting leadoff for, I believe, the first time in your career? And did you talk, with the coaches about it and confer about it, and just your comfort level there and the decision there to have you bat leadoff?
Yeah, I had an idea, given the track record of last time we played Kentucky. And then Sully called me last night, and I kind of knew where it was going, and I was all in on it. Swiped a bag, shut off the wheels. It was kind of a leadoff guy that everybody wanted me to be, so kind of embraced the role today.
Your last question for the student.
Bennett Solomon, Gators Illustrated. For all the players, what's it like being a part of this team? All of the answers that you guys have given, they've been humble, they've been unselfish. There's records being broken, individual pitching performances. It all just circles back to the team. So what's it like being a part of a team like that?
Yeah, it's everything. I talked about it a little while ago. It's why you come to Florida. You have a great group of guys. That there's talent, top to bottom on the roster. And honestly, the biggest thing is really just playing for each other. That's kind of our motto and kind of what we've been running with this postseason, despite all the ups and downs of the regular season. We know none of that matters now, and now it just kind of falls, next game just leads into that.
I think it's pretty easy to be humble when you got the best player in the country on your team that's very humble. So, he keeps everybody in check, I guess.
Yeah, when we play for this team, everyone's, committed to the same goal and wanting to win, and everybody coming out and competing their butts off, just means a lot and kind of shows what we all want at the end of the day.
Gentlemen, thank you. Good luck tonight as well.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll get started. Coaches, questions, coach, go here, then we'll go back there.
Yeah, Sully, what went into the decision on the lineup changes this morning? And it seemed to obviously pay off, but what were the coaching staff thinking about, during the day and formulating that plan to go into the Kentucky game?
Well, I think it was a couple things. Number one, we haven't been real productive the first two games offensively. That's the first thing. But the second thing, they keep walking Jack, right? So it's at least maybe for one at bat, they won't be able to do it when he starts the game hitting leadoff, and it certainly worked its way out that way by scoring 7. And I think, Ashton had been struggling a little bit in the 3-hole, and this is his first time starting for us over the last few weeks, and obviously this is the biggest stage in college baseball. So just got to move some stuff around. I felt Shelnut was seeing the ball as good as anybody, and sometimes you make lineup changes and make decisions like this and they work out, and sometimes they don't. But I felt like we're at a point where we had to do something different because what we had going just the first 2 games was not very productive, honestly.
Darren Stoltzfus, Western News, Orlando. What is in this team's makeup that allows them to play so freely, almost play better when their backs are so far against the wall?
I think we got some really good leadership. I do. I think we got some really good stories. Obviously, just the guys that are sitting here, Jack's story and how he's handled this year, Pierce, the adversity he's gone through for 2 years to get back to where he's now being able to pitch. The Ashton Wilson story, the Brandon Neely story, how he was in the pen, started, now he's back to the pen. I just think there's some really neat stories on our team that has really brought this team together. And the whole goal is to play your best at the end of the year, and we've been fortunate enough to have been able to do that. And let's face it, we were battle tested throughout the year. Our schedule was the hardest schedule in the country, and we got through it. And we had to get through the Georgia series, like we keep talking about. We had to win the series, and then I think that Oklahoma State series, when we lost that Saturday night game, when we won those next 3 games, I think that was a huge turning point for us.
Questions for Coach? Yeah.
Sully, just for perspective, I mean, Jack came here as more of a pitcher almost. I mean, his hitting had a lot of room to work with. Can you just talk about today compared to the guy who got here as a hitter?
Yeah, he was scouted more as a pitcher, and you don't see very many high school pitchers that can throw 94, 95 from the left side. So we really didn't know what we had with him offensively, or what he was going to turn out to be. We did recruit him as a 2-way, but I didn't even realize the record that he broke today until they just started talking about it. Or I would have given him a hug too. But he's an unbelievable athlete, and I think the thing that it really sticks out to me is everything he does and says and the answers he gives is all genuine. That's who he is, and like I said, obviously we're all extremely happy for him with how he's performed this year, but the stuff that he says and deflects all the attention towards his teammates is what I'm most proud about.
Okay, last question for Coach.
You're going to play Texas A&M for a 5th time. Not many teams do that during a year. So anything different you're telling your guys? And you have to beat them twice. So anything different you're telling them?
No, we'll be ready to play, and I know our players are excited. They got another chance to play another game. So we'll go home, get off our feet for a little bit, and come back and look forward to playing again.
Okay. Do one more?
Yeah.
Right back there.
Jesse Simmons, ESPN Gainesville. Coach, go back to pitching for a second. Alex Philpott, first appearance since breaking his hand. How important was that for him to fill the gap and, be able to preserve Neely for the end and look into Game 2 today?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when we kind of opened the game up there, the only guy we had loose in the pen was Clemente, because I think we had an inning where we scored, those 5 runs in the 5th. But at that point, the game was not out of reach, certainly. So that's why we went to Clemente, and he already got hot. And I just told Jake, listen, just keep your pitch count under 30, around 30, so you'll be able to help us tonight in some capacity. And Alex, he did the same thing. And I was really pleased with how they both threw. Because sometimes you can get a little sloppy and you got a big lead, but they both did exactly what we asked them to do. And I thought both of them looked extremely comfortable. Obviously, Jake looked a little different than he did his first outing. And sometimes that happens with pitchers. It takes them an outing to kind of get comfortable and relax a little bit. But he was really good, and Alex threw the ball great. He did exactly what we needed him to do. So our bullpen should be in great shape tonight. We'll start Liam again, obviously. He threw 52 pitches on Saturday. So, our bullpen should be in good shape for tonight for sure.
Well, Coach, again, congrats. Thanks for your time, and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Coach, congratulations on a great year. Thank you for your time. If you could just give us an open statement about today's game.
This is where you want to end your season. This is not how you want to end your season, but this is where you want to end your season. So congrats to Florida. They played a great game. Just so proud of our group of men. I mean, our team really is a group of men. That's what they are. They're unbelievable in every sense of the word, and they made history. So this hurts. It hurts a lot because this team is fully capable of accomplishing our goal of national champions. But that wasn't the case this year. That's not what the Lord had planned. But so proud of these guys for the way they represented themselves, our baseball program, and our institution. Just amazing, amazing group of men, and they are winners in every sense of the word. Every sense of the word, and I like to call them dogs. They're just a bunch of dogs. That's what they are, and proud of them.
Thank you. We'll open for questions for the student athletes right here.
Daniel Hager, Kentucky Sports Radio. Ryan, Nolan, you guys have been here for a few years. What was special about this team?
Start like everyone was just committed to our goal, and I mean, we've had this goal of going to Omaha, winning national championship, and we fell a little short. But I mean, from the freshmen who got 15 ABs locked in, doing a chart on every pitch, just giving their all. They emptied the tank every day. Everyone emptied their tank, and that's what was special about this team. Everyone cared so much, and they would empty the tank, no matter if they were playing every day, hitting 350, or if they were not even on the roster, just doing what they could do to make us better. And it was just everyone bought in, unselfish. It was that's what made us team special.
Yeah, I agree with that. And we paid attention to what we were doing the whole year and believed in ourselves no matter what was going on. We knew our season was going to end here, winner or loser. Obviously we would have liked to have been winners, but we knew our season would end here in Omaha. And I think just that belief that the whole team had in each other and in the staff whenever they made a call, just complete trust in every single person in our locker room. It's been pretty awesome.
Michael Epps with Fox 56 in Lexington. Guys, obviously you're devastated, sad to lose, but it seems like the emotions hit when you walk over to your parents, right? When you walk over to the end. I don't know if you guys were crying specifically, but why is it that the emotions hit so much right there? And could you just describe your emotions right now?
Yeah, I mean, my parents have been, they're the ones who got me into baseball, and they've been by my side the entire time. So obviously seeing them makes it pretty tough because it takes a lot of sacrifice from our families for us to be able to play at this level. And, it's my senior year, so knowing that was probably the last time I'll hug them after a game got to me pretty good.
I mean, you get to go to battle with your brothers every day on that field, and they're all feeling the same things as you. But it's tough when you go to your parents, and they're in the fight with you too. My dad's as into it as anyone, and he also got me into baseball. I can count on two hands as many games as he's missed since I started playing, and the sacrifices they've made it's been unbelievable, and I love them for that. And that's why the emotions just hit so much harder when you got to talk to your parents after the game, and man, they were happy to be here, and didn't go the way we wanted to, but I mean, the whole parent group has been amazing and so supportive.
Any questions for the student athletes? A couple more back there.
Nolan, you obviously have eligibility remaining. You want to get back if you come back. So what's the feeling amongst the guys that are coming back? I know a lot of you guys are gone, but what makes you think that this program can get back here?
Well, like I said earlier, the freshmen who were locked in every pitch, bought in. With a group that doesn't buy in, it's not going to work. You're not going to get to Omaha. With a group that buys in and listens to Coach Minge, the guidance he gives us, it's going to be just fine. The guys are going to be just fine. Coach Kuzi is one of the best recruiters out there. He's going to get the talent. And if everyone's bought in, the sky's the limit for this program. You saw that we could have won it all here, so.
Brian Milam, WKYT Lexington. For decades, the sentiment was, when will Kentucky go? Now the sentiment is, when will you be back? What is it like, and can you understand it now, or is it an age thing when you get older to understand the foundation you guys have done for this program?
I think I understand it now. There's no reason that this program can't stay at the top and be among this group every single year with the staff that we have all around, not just coaching staff, training staff, our equipment manager. I'm close with everybody. And with the stadium and the fan base we have and Coach Minge leading the way, there's no reason this team shouldn't continue to have its success. And I think it takes years to build that foundation, but I think we definitely built it.
Yeah, getting here for sure. I mean, just broke the barrier. And, yeah, like Ryan was saying, looking around at our staff, we just got guys bought in. Ammo doesn't get talked about a whole lot, but he's one of the smartest baseball minds I've ever been around. He completely changed everything about my baseball career with swing-wise. And he can get the iPad on you before a game and just tell you exactly what's wrong with your swing. And just the incredible minds we have behind the program that go not unnoticed but aren't talked about as much. I think that's the special part.
Do we have any other questions for the student athletes? Not, gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations on the great year. And thank you for your time. Thank you. We'll open now for questions for Coach. First questions back there. Go 1, 2, 3.
Nick, we know you guys ride on momentum so much as a team. So in the last couple games when Prager throws 6 2/3 no-hit innings and then you guys fall behind 7-1 there in the first, did you see your team struggle to get that momentum back, or what happens when you kind of get that deflated a little bit?
Yeah, once you fall that far behind, you have to stop the scoring. You have to stop the scoring. And give them credit, they kept adding to it. And then when we scored, they immediately scored right after. So we needed to stop the momentum on their end to try to get some on our side, and we just didn't do it at a high enough level.
You switched up the lineup tonight with Nicholson going in the 3-hole, and he's had such a hot bat for you the last several games. But when you get down there, what do you think it does to the kids? I know they have that never say die attitude, but then you've got to chip away, and the chips just didn't fall.
Yeah, you nailed it. And the only way we were going to get back in that game is if we just kept stacking good at bat after good at bat after good at bat in a row, like you've seen us do a lot this season. And we were not able to do that. Give them a lot of credit. They were able to stop our offense and just break the chain of good at bats and made it really hard for us to get back in that game.
Joe Healy, D1 Baseball. Have you had an opportunity yet, maybe it's too raw, but to realize how much this team has changed Kentucky baseball forever, or do you anticipate that being something that hits you in the coming days?
No, it's a really good question, Joe. I knew after that Kennesaw State series, you've heard me talk about that, I thought after that series, our team just really fell into place. They really created their identity, and we were behind that Tuesday midweek game right after that, and they just fought back, and really we haven't looked back since. And I've done an amazing job this year of taking all this in. I could just sense, I knew how special they were. Their uncommon focus every single day, their unselfishness. I really dreaded this day because I just want to keep being around these guys. They are truly an amazing group of men. And the way they've represented this program, the institution in our state, like the entire state of Kentucky, is really remarkable. And Joe, when we started out, was it 14-1 in the league? It was just like, wow. And literally, they never took their foot off the gas pedal. They just kept attacking and just showing up every day like it's a new day. And they just had a true uncommon focus and belief in each other, in our program, in everything we were doing. And that's not normal. That's not normal. And I can tell you this, that's what it was going to take for us to knock down the wall. I've only told maybe Reeves this, and I just told Kristen this. our facility it's unbelievable. And the job that Mitch Barnhart and everybody's built, well, all the graphics in every single spot in our facility has a story, and they're in the exact intentional place for a reason. And on the way to the field, the last hallway, there's a sign that says the road to Omaha. And it was there intentionally because I wanted our players to understand that every time they walk through that wall, that this is where it was going to start. And Reeves knows this. What did your dad do every time for the last 2 years? What has he done every time he's walked by that wall?
It's almost like he punches it. He just keeps wanting to knock it down.
And I take my hand and I just keep pushing on this wall for 2 years. Every time. I've never missed, Joe. Never missed. Just all the way down the hallway. Because I knew it was going to take a special group of men. For 2 years, I've never walked down that hallway without pushing the wall down. And it was just a reminder to myself that, like, man, every time I walk out there, these guys deserve my best. Every time. It was like a switch that would just put me in the right mind frame that I would just give these guys everything I had. And I just had one of our seniors tell me, Coach, the way you've loved us and the way you've literally poured your heart and soul into this is one of the reasons why we're here. And I'm like, no, it had nothing to do with me. It had to do with you. Because the way you guys just represented this program, and whew, man. But I believed in this team, and I knew we could do it. I knew we could do it, and I'm thankful we got here. And I wish we would have accomplished the ultimate goal of national champions, but they made history forever.
Okay, we'll do one more question for Coach right here.
Coach, how would you like this team to be remembered?
As winners, I've been telling everybody all year, they're just winners. Literally, in everything they do, you can coach them any way. You challenge them, they respond. You love on them, they love you back. You get onto them, they look you in the eye and they say, yes, sir. They literally have done everything. I mean, from the way we talk about the student person player in our program, they've crushed it in the classroom. They're unbelievable. Like our staff members that have children, they just telling me yesterday, Coach, to watch these guys get on the floor and play with our kids and do all this. Like they are just winners. And it's something we talk about in our program all the time. We talk about being a family. We were that. Boy, that should have just screamed out. We talk about winning, but not just on the field, in every area of their life. I want them to be winners. The way they go about their business, the way they treat their teammates, the way they go about their diet, the way they approach the weight room, the way they treat women, all of this has to do with them winning. They have been unbelievable. And then their development is really important to us. And I can look all of you in the eye today and just tell you that, like, we have done the best job that we could to develop in every single area of their life. And therefore, they've made history, and I just want everybody to know what kind of winners they are.
Coach, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for how you represent college baseball.
Yeah, you're welcome. Praise the Lord. Go Cats.